Good day, everyone. I am Angelos Fernandez, taking Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. So today we are going to discuss about the theories of language acquisition. First, we have the behavioral theory by B.F. Skinner. So, the behavioral theory explains that language is learned through operant conditioning, where behaviors are shaped by imitation, reinforcement, and environmental responses. According to B.F. Skinner, children acquire language not through self discovery but through rewards and feedback from adults. When a child produces a correct or desired language behavior, it is reinforced, increasing the chance that the behavior will be repeated. If reinforcement stops, the behavior may undergo extinction, meaning it gradually disappears. Skinner demonstrates this through the Skinner box experiment, where a rat learns to press a bar to receive food. The food acts as a reinforcer, strengthening the bar pressing behavior. This shows how behavior increases when followed by rewards and decreases when reinforcement is removed. The same principle is applied to speech and language development in children. So, the behavioral theory says that children learn language by imitating others and through rewards and feedback from adults. When a child says a word correctly and is praised or rewarded, they are more likely to say it again. If the child is not rewarded or corrected, the behavior may slowly stop. Next, we have the nativist theory. The nativist theory explains language acquisition as an inborn ability, suggesting that humans are genetically equipped with a language acquisition device or LAD that helps them learn language naturally. Although there is no specific language organ in the brain, damage to certain areas, especially during critical periods, can impair language, supporting the idea that language has a biological basis. The theory also proposes the existence of a universal grammar shared across languages, which explains why languages have similar structures and why children can learn complex language rules so quickly. In contrast, the learning behavioral theory views language as a skill learned through repetition and reinforcement, but this approach cannot fully explain how children create new words or sentences beyond what they hear from others. So, the nativist theory says that humans are born with a natural ability to learn language. This ability, called the language acquisition device or LAD, helps children understand and learn language quickly, even without formal teaching. Children can form correct sentences because they already have a built-in system for language. This theory also explains that all languages share similar rules known as universal grammar, unlike the behavioral theory, which focuses on repetition and rewards. The nativist theory explains how children can create new words and sentences they have never heard before. Next, we have the interactionist approach or sociocultural theory. The interactionist or sociocultural approach explains language development as a result of both biological factors and social interaction. It suggests that children learn language because they want to communicate with the people around them, and their environment strongly influences how and what they learn to say. Language develops through meaningful interaction, which is why commonly used words and phrases are learned first. Overall, this theory emphasizes that language acquisition is a complex process shaped by both genetics and social experiences. So, this theory says that children learn language through both natural ability and social interaction. Children want to communicate, so they learn words and sentences by talking and interacting with people around them. The more meaningful the interaction, the faster language develop. Next, we have the semantic cognitive theory. The semantic cognitive theory views language development as closely connected to cognitive development, emphasizing that children's thoughts and intended meanings guide their language use. According to this theory, what a child wants to communicate determines the words and sentence structure they attempt to use. Children often understand ideas before they can express them correctly, which explains why they may use incorrect grammar or misunderstand word meanings. This theory explains that language grows from a child's thinking and understanding. Children first develop ideas in their minds and then they try to express those ideas with words. That's why children may understand something before they can say it correctly. Theory. The social pragmatic theory views communication as the primary purpose of language and emphasizes the role of social interaction in language development. Language begins through early infant caregiver interactions where caregivers respond to an infant's sounds, gestures, and actions. This theory highlights the importance of close relationships, shared attention, and turn taking between the infant and caregiver. Overall, language develops through meaningful social exchanges with the communicative partner's responses shaping the effectiveness and meaning of communication. So the social pragmatic theory focuses on language as a tool for communication and social connection. Children learn language through interaction with caregivers such as talking, pointing, and taking turns. Language develops because adults respond to the child's attempts to communicate. Next, we have the discourse theory. The discourse theory views language development as a learning now to use language meaningfully through communication. It emphasizes communicative competence, which includes knowing grammar, vocabulary, social rules, speech acts, and appropriate language use in different contexts. Language is acquired by participating in real interactions and accomplishing actions, an idea reflected in communicative language teaching or CLT, where learners learn by doing. However, the theory is criticized for focusing too much on external factors like input and environment while giving less attention to innate processes and universal principles of language acquisition. So this theory says that people learn language by using it in real communication. Learners develop language skills by interacting with others and accomplishing tasks, not just by memorizing rules. Learning happens through meaningful use of language in context. Next, our second to the last is the speech act theory. Speech act theory explains language as a form of action where speaking is a way of doing things such as requesting, apologizing, or threatening. It distinguishes between propositional meaning, the literal meaning of words, and illocutionary meaning, the intended effect on the listener. The theory highlights the challenge of how learners acquire implied meanings and effects in both first and second languages, questioning whether formal instruction leads to true language acquisition or only knowledge about language use. So the speech act theory explains that speaking is a form of action. When people speak, they are doing things like asking, promising, or apologizing, not just saying words. Learners must understand both the literal meaning and the intended meaning behind what is said. And lastly, we have the Universal Grammar Theory. The universal grammar theory explains language acquisition as the result of innate language specific knowledge that allows humans to acquire their first language quickly despite limited and imperfect input. It argues that external input alone is insufficient since it is often incomplete and lacks corrective feedback, so learners rely on inborn universal principles, while universal grammar mainly explains first language acquisition. Researchers debate how much of it is accessible in second language learning, proposing direct, indirect, or no access to universal grammar. Evidence such as similar acquisition patterns in children and adults or L2 learners suggests some influence of UG. However, the theory is criticized for focusing mainly on grammatical competence, neglecting communication, language specific rules, and empirical research. Despite these limitations, universal grammar has influenced views on language teaching and provided insights into how grammar and vocabulary may be acquired. So this theory states that humans are born with built-in knowledge about language, which helps them learn grammar quickly. Because language input is often incomplete, learners rely on innate rules to understand language. Although universal grammar mainly explains first language learning, it may also influence second language learning. So that will be all for today. I hope you understand the different theories of language acquisition. Thank